All right, guys, welcome back to Swan Talk. I'm your host, Justin Swanstrom. I got my dad here. We don't have Uncle Mike tonight. He is shifted and is working a night shift. I just seen a post that he made. He's actually inside a dozer right now, pushing dirt. So he's working some kind of weird hours where they have to go in at 11 o'clock at night and they work till 11 or noon the next day. They're doing a 2-shift type deal. I guess they have a big job that they're trying to get finished up pretty quick, so they're working around the clock. So he will not be on for the next couple episodes. And we do have some guests lined up. I won't talk about their names yet, but I do have some pretty cool guests that I'm wanting to bring on. And we'll see how that is in the future. But y'all have been killing it, as in liking the video, dropping comments, and just keep on sharing. The view count is through the roof. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all and appreciate that. And if you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. Today's going to be a little different. It's just, me and my dad. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of people that like to listen to him talk and what he's got going on knowledge-wise and everything. He's a lot older than I am. He's been here a lot longer. He's probably been through everything that I've been through, and he just has a lot more wisdom and knowledge than what I would have and a lot of other people, and they like to be able to listen to that and figure out what they got going on. I just admitted that, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do is...
this last week's soda?
It is.
Kind of flat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't even know why you opened it up.
I was like, yeah, it's kind of flat.
But we did add something new. A lot of people were asking about it, and that is the trophy right here in the center. That was our last race that we won. I almost gave it away.
We gotta hit that thing with some steel wool and put some WD-40 on it. That thing's rusted. It's looking rough. That's down here in the swamp area.
Well, it's been sitting on the floor for the last month and a half.
Yeah, I told him we need to make a shelf up there along the wall or whatever. Make a shelf and put all the trophies up there. I mean, this is the room he's going to do his podcast on, so you can show that the credits that he's done, his accomplishments, and just hang a bunch of trophies up on the wall. Nobody cares about
them trophies.
It still look good.
Can't believe you got on there. Are you on ban?
Yeah. No, bitch, you got me banned.
I didn't.
I didn't tell you the truth, and you reported me.
I did not.
You reported me. I'm telling you.
I've never reported anybody in my life.
This dude reported me.
Did they tell you what they? Did they tell you what?
Yeah, it said Justin Swanstrom reported
you. What was the reason though? What did you say?
You didn't like it.
No, what did you say?
You were saying something. I told you shut your fucking mouth.
See, that's why you got in trouble. But guys, I almost sold the trophy. I had it sold. It was gone.
Reason why you can't do that is because it took a whole team effort to win that trophy. Everybody worked their ass off all year long. It's not just you. I get it. You need the money. I get you're a hustler and you're trying to do the right thing to get your car running and get to the next race. But sometimes some things you just can't put a price on, and some things just ain't for sale. And the trophies happen to be one of them. The whole team puts their whole heart into it. And, they're part of that trophy, and they won that trophy with the team. The trophy can't go nowhere. It's just all there is to it. You look at those guys that have won Super Bowls and NFL, and, dude, they get fucking broke and ain't got no fucking money, and they get rid of a Super Bowl ring for fucking dick money. And then, look, I mean, that was a legacy. That was part of what they did, what they accomplished, man. Just some things are just not – you can't put a price on. Some things ain't for sale. That's all there is to it.
Man, that guy offered me $5,000 for that thing.
Fuck him.
You see, Dad's lucky. He's better than I am because I'd have let that bitch go.
No, you can't, man. I mean, the thing is, one day you're going to look back at what you did and accomplishments, and at least you got something that you can show for it. I mean, you may sell your whole race operation, may go a different thing, but you can always say, hey, I did this. I mean, that's the reality of it.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get into it, guys. This is basically just going to be a little Q&A deal with my dad. I asked my fan base, our fan base, I asked, if you had a question for them, drop it down below. And we went through, and there was a lot of questions. I'm not going to lie. And they're still coming in. But I wanted to basically take some good ones that I felt like were really, really good and dig into them and just see what his, feelings are behind them, knowledge behind it and everything. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today is just, asking and answering questions. So we're going to go ahead and start this one off. And this actually came from a, good friend of mine. We talk a lot, and that's Brian Davis. Y'all have seen him. He's ran on the TV show.
Chucky.
Big Chucky. He's out of the Michigan area. He's done almost all the racing that you could possibly think of. He ran NPK there for a little bit. He was very, very successful on the street. I just heard that he actually just sold his car, and he was really focusing more on his business and his kid. His kid's getting older. He has
son Reed.
He has a very, very smart son. I'm not gonna lie. I do follow him on the internet, and I do see what they do. So them traveling and doing all that, and basically what he made it out there is that he was selling the car to focus on his business and to do more stuff with his kid. So that was a cool deal on him. But his question was for my dad. What is your favorite memory that you have to date, racing related?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just shoot from the hip. I'm gonna answer like it is. I don't really have a favorite memory of racing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't. I've raced since I was 16 years old. I've street raced. I've run 3 cars, 3 wide at one time down Interstate 75. I've bracket raced. I've pro bracket raced. I've top sportsman raced. I've 10-5 outlaw raced. I've grudge raced. And then I've class raced, pro mod, X275, and then I quit racing and you got in the car and I just kind of didn't want to drive no more. I wanted to be out there with you because I didn't want the guys lining you up crooked or doing something wrong. Not that they would have. They probably would have been fine with you, but I just didn't. I didn't feel right with me. So, man, I've raced a lot, but I don't really have.
So why'd you get so mad at me when I was going to sell the trophy?
Because those right there, that's a memory right there. So, I'm saying it's not so much, you just can't put a price on that. You just can't. One day you may not race. One day you may do something completely different. I can tell you, I don't have no trophies like that. And I raced my whole life. But I couldn't afford good equipment. I couldn't afford the stuff that you have, even though the stuff that you got early on was kind of second down, third down, hand-me-down stuff, but it was still good equipment. And it got you where it's at. I wasn't fortunate enough to have the rides that you have, not even close. So it wasn't because I wasn't a good racer. It's because I was fucking broke as a motherfucker and worked and was raising 2 kids and raising a wife and worked 6 days a week. And any extra money I had, I put into my race car and I went to the track and race. So I just didn't have it like you. Not nothing against you. I'm not hating on you. I wanted, you're my son. Tyler's my son. I want the best for both of y'all. I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks. I want to give to you guys what I didn't have. And so I'm okay with, whatever I own, y'all own. That's just all there is to it. I don't even question it. Even your little brother sometimes call, hey, can I grab this? Or, hey, can I use it? I even tell him, I said, man, you ain't got to ask me. Whatever's mine's yours. I keep a little money in the safe. You guys can go in the safe. You don't really have to because you got your own money. But sometimes Tyler's got to go in there and grab some money. But, he grabbed like $400 from me the other day, and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to bank. I'll pay back. I said, man, don't worry about it. That's just the way I am, man. Anything I got, anything I own belongs to you guys. But, yeah, I honestly, I can't say. I know probably one time that I remember, if I had a memory of a good race, I was racing down in Immokalee. And listen, man, Immokalee's a fucking shithole. It's like a dirt road track down there in Immokalee, Florida. I remember going through the traps. I hit some oil or something, and I had a 10-5 Outlaw car. I had a Chevy too. I remember sliding, car turning sideways as I was going through, and I just kept it hammered down and pulled the chutes and slid sideways through there and won the race. That's probably the only memory I got of any racing I've done that I can even remember that, would come to mind.
What about NPK memory? We've been running that for 3 years now.
So, I don't have no special memory or anything. It's all been hard. The whole schedule's a blur. It's overwhelming.
I feel like it's harder now than it was when we started.
It's overwhelming. It's hard on me. It's hard on the crew. It's hard on the guys. It's hard on you. I get home, I work, Monday through Thursday, and I fly out Thursday night and work Friday, Saturday, fly out early Sunday morning, get back home, go to work again. So I don't really have any great memory. maybe pulling Mike Murillo out of the car. Not so much a pat on my back, just that, hey, we got him out of the car when, everybody got over and helped me get him out.
Wasn't he like stuck in there?
Yeah.
I was down there doing the track. I was wondering what was taking y'all so long to get
I
down there.
saw you, though. It wasn't long. You got there.
Yeah, I
Somehow
finally
you
got up there.
Because you was at
Somebody
the
else
end of the
grabbed me.
racetrack.
Yeah. I was wondering because, usually when I make a pass and I get down there the other end, I don't have my cell phone and stuff on me. I changed that with this Camaro. My new Camaro has a cell phone holder in it. My new car's got a cell phone holder. I made Jason then put that in there. But when that whole deal was going on, I was down there doing the track and I didn't know what was going on. Only thing I could see was just smoke at the time.
Yeah.
But then when I finally got up there, I realized that, I thought it was the small tire guys. I didn't know really what we had doing, but found out it was Mike Murillo, and then you were there trying to get him out. And then the only thing I've seen is just a little bit of clips that they've put together of what happened. But why don't you explain to them what happened?
Well, the important thing is we got him out of the car.
Yeah, no,
that's
sure.
That's all that really matters. At the end of the day, me and the crew and the guys, we got over there. He came by us and he was on fire. I heard it. I think we was going down to get you at the return room.
Yeah, down there.
So we was heading down to get you, and I heard a pop. So I looked over, and when Mike come by us, there was already big flames up underneath the hood of his car and his fender well. And I told the guys, I said, "Hey man, he's on fire." So finally he got it stopped. And I seen he stopped kind of like in the middle of the track, and I saw the fire. It was flaming pretty heavy, I just kind of jerked the cart over and went down through a fucking ditch, slammed on the brakes. I said, "We got to go. We got to get him." And I just remember jumping across the wall, and me and the guys went over there and we got him wrestled up out of there. But that's probably the only memory I got of NPK, that's memorable, because that's the only thing really to me was really kind of meaningful is that Mike wasn't hurt and he was okay. As far as all the races you've had, you've struggled this year a lot and went through a lot of struggles, but it didn't break you. So that defies who you are as a competitor, as a racer, as somebody who has heart. You went through a lot of bad stuff this past year, and you never quit. So I give you all the credit in the world. Me, I'll be honest with you, I'd have quit. I'd have packed my shit up and went to the house. I'd have said, "Fuck this shit." That's just me though. I'm too old for it. But you got what it takes. That's all there is to it. Maybe you ain't won a championship like Kai and Ryan has, but you got the heart to do it. It's just got to have all the ducks line up for you.
I think you got to have I don't want to say that you got to be lucky.
You do have a lot of luck. Just got to go with it.
Yeah, but they did put in the work, and they did put in the time to be able to get it.
But so didn't everybody else put in the work. That's what I'm saying. It just everything's got to line up. But like I was saying, as far as that goes, do I enjoy the MPK races? Yeah, I think it's a really good circuit to be on. I love all the camaraderie, and I love the racers. I love. I even like how it's ran. It's ran very organized.
I just think it's getting a little overwhelming, to be honest.
It's just hard. That's what it is. It is what it is. It ain't for everybody.
It's a very tough schedule. And when we first started, when I first ran the deal, it was only 8 races. Well, then we had the little, deal go on in the world in 2020, came back, and now we're running 15 races. And this year, they already let us know. We don't have a schedule yet, guys. I do know. I've seen that question 100 times. We do not have a schedule yet, but they did let us know that we have 19 races this year.
One thing I'm going to answer, I don't know who asked that question about what was my most memorable MBK. Did someone ask that or something, or did you?
Yeah, no, it's on here.
Okay, so I know the answer that most people would think I was going to pick one of your wins. So, and the reason why I don't pick none of your wins, because I truly feel like we can win every time we go up there. So if we don't win, either we don't got our shit together or something broke on the car or something happened. And don't get me wrong, we don't have like a bunch of wins, but I just feel like we have a winning combo, a winning team, a winning car. So when I go to the line, I'm never worried about whoever I'm running, and I'm not, especially when everything is working on the car. It doesn't matter if we race Ryan. It doesn't matter if we race Kai. Whoever we race, I just feel like it's a 50-50 shot for us to win or lose it. I feel like we're going to be right there. We're going to run them hard, and we're either going to win or lose. So, for me, there really is no favorite win. Like even when you've won these races and I saw you win, I mean, honestly, I don't even. I'm pretty sure I don't celebrate. I mean, I see all. I don't. I mean, I just turn around and walk away, take my headset off because I expect us to win, and that's just. And if we lose, then I'm upset, or I'm mad at myself, or I'm mad at what's going on with the car, and I got to figure it out. So that's why I guess it's not that I'm. It's not that I'm being. What's the word I'm looking for?
Ignorant?
No, not ignorant. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I don't know, man. I just expect us to be competitive, and I expect us to win. And I think all good racers that really run hard and really put in effort and know that they have a good program, I feel like they go up to the line feeling like they're going to win too. I really do.
And there's a lot of fast cars this year. I mean,
Absolutely.
fast teams to be able to. I mean, we won the last event, which was in Texas, and that was hard on us when we
It's okay. Take
slung
that.
a crank out.
Even like the Texas race. I'd be honest with you. We made whatever our shakedowns or whatever, and I told you, I said, listen, man, I said, the car's on point. It's fast. And I knew every time I ran it, I kept looking at the plugs on the motor. I knew it was running harder and harder. I honestly didn't think nobody was going to beat us at Texas. I felt like we was going to win that race. I mean, I just felt like I knew in my heart that we were going to the finals, and I knew even when we had Clay Cole in the finals, everybody's seeing how fast he was sitting there. I just felt like he couldn't run with us. I mean, I think you stretched him out like 3/4 of a car length. I felt like you had the fastest car that day on the property. You were the fastest, and even when we went to Arizona, I felt like you was going to go to the finals, and it was going to be you and Ryan. As long as y'all didn't see each other before, I felt like it was going to be you and Ryan. Now, whether we could outrun Ryan or not, I don't know, but I know we was going to be right there with him because you was fast. Your car was fast as shit in Arizona, too. I told you after we made them hits, I was like, man, it's fast. So
we just had a little hiccup.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I should have a favorite moment of MPK, but I've been racing since I was 16 years old, and I don't have a favorite moment ever in racing. So it's probably the same.
What was the new business adventure that you started up? Some people seen that you bought some equipment online and stuff, and
yeah, it's not a new business venture. I mean, I've been in business since 2004. We do site development work. We do grading work. We lay a little pipe, do underground utilities. We do a little dirt work. So yeah, I needed to update. I needed to get some new machines in there, and just had to reinvest in the company. That's all.
So what'd you buy?
I bought a John Deere loader and a John Deere backhoe. Yeah, in fact, I'm taking delivery of the backhoe. I want to say Friday. It's coming in 2 days. It's already there. They're just putting a cutting edge on the buckets and stuff like that. I think Friday they're delivering the backhoe. The loader we already have. And then, Brian, that's his equipment. I move him around from job to job. In fact, I just hit a job today. In fact, I bid it Monday. I hit it today. And I mean, I might have to start it Friday, and I might have to work Saturday and Sunday right around because I've already got Brian scheduled to go do another job. He's got to be to another place next Friday. So we might have to work around the clock this weekend and push it hard. But I've already talked to Brian. He said it's whatever. He said if we got to work, let me know. I'll be there.
Hell yeah. All right. So this is more of a racing related. I've seen this one a couple times. People want to know how to properly read a spark plug.
Man, that's a hard question right there because
does it read differently within combos, or does all spark plugs read the same?
No, they don't. And you can talk to 10 different people and get 10 different fucking answers. So I don't feel like I can really answer that for nobody.
How do you read it then?
So for me, if if I'm running a nitrous combo, I want to see exactly where the spark is on the curve of the electrode, where the ignition's hitting. So, I try to run it on around the bend. Once it starts getting down close to the shaft, she's going to get nasty. If you keep it up around the bend, it's usually pretty safe. On my nitrous deal, I look down inside the porcelain. I look for a kind of a tan, light tan brown fuel ring. I don't like it to be real black. And it also depends on what combo motor. Like the Musi motors, they like a little more fuel. The rare motors, they like to run a little leaner. So I just try to run them. You can tell when something's running good, without hurting it. You can I race the mile an hour clock. So mile an hour is horsepower. So whatever change you make, if you're making it, look at the mile an hour clock. The mile, if it picks up mile an hour, that's horsepower, no matter how you slice the bread. So if you made a change, a small adjustment, and it picked up mile an hour, that means it liked it. If it slowed down on mile an hour, it didn't like it. You go back the other way. As far as on the alcohol deal, so the alcohol plugs are completely different. They don't look nothing like a nitrous deal. If they're like really clean, they're fat. If they're really clean on nitrous, they're lean. So, you know what I'm saying? It's completely opposite. As far as the electrode, it seems like the blower combo is not nowhere near as sensitive to ignition as nitrous is, as the big nitrous motors, in my opinion. I'm sure you can get crazy with the ignition and probably fuck shit up, but I don't know, man. It seems like the Pro Charger is really favorable to the ignition. The Pro Charger, you can just get away with a lot with the Pro Charger without hurting the motor. The screw blower, they're a little bit more sensitive. They'll hurt themselves. So you got to watch. I think the biggest thing is just getting the fuel right. Timing's not such a big deal. Maybe when there's 30 grains of water out there and the DA is really good, the barometer's high, then you got to kind of maybe pull a little timing out of him so he don't hurt himself. But it's really more or less on your screw blown car. In my opinion, it really comes down to fuel. Just getting that fuel right, getting a good burn on it. I try to burn pretty much all the CAD around the entire plug to where there's really nothing left, and that means you got all the goodies out of it. And then when you find that edge and you go a little too far, that's when she's going to hurt itself.
That's good. I don't really read the plugs, guys. I just take them out of the car and I go in there and give them to him and let him, digest that down and make the decision on what he's going to do. I know about it to be able to understand it, but I don't really, go in there and read the plugs. I mean, I'm sure air and everything, whenever we go to these different tracks, that dictates of what he's got to do, as in, timing and fuel to make it continue to run, because you can, there was times like I was telling him, we were arguing at one time and, we were trying to put fuel in it, take fuel out. And I was telling him to put fuel in it, and the car ran like dog shit because I guess we had too much fuel in it. And then out of the blue, he's like, you know what, forget this. We're going to go back to the way we had it. And he took everything out and, car started running good again. So you can get spun out and everything in a tune-up pretty quick if you don't know what you got going on. So I really leave that up to him, and he does a good job with that to be able to make sure what we got going on in our program and keeping our car running. And the thing is with your screw blowers, number 7 and 8 are the two meanest holes in that motor. They're the ones that's going to try and get hot on you. And it's because of the way the delivery through the hat with the air and the fuel, the way it comes through and gets to the back of that motor, the motor gets lean down there. So number 7 and 8 is one you got to feed with a little more fuel. And when you're trying to get aggressive with it, you just got to watch number 7 and 8 because they're the ones going to hurt themselves. And it's very easy to do. There's a fine line once you get there. It's like once it goes to that point, it's not coming back. It's going to fuck shit up. And we had a crank brake at the last race, so that had nothing to do with tune-up. I did see a couple people talking about it. They were leaning on it and doing all that. We were leaning on it, but it wasn't like
just had a parts failure.
Just had a parts failure that happened, and we're gonna get it fixed. I'm still waiting on that bill to come in. I'm not 100% sure what that price tag is going to be like. But when we get it in, I'll make sure I let y'all know. But someone, a couple people were asking, but I've raced this guy before. This is way back in the day. And they're just doing it for promotion right now. I want to let everybody know. But someone asked, are you guys scared to race against Stevie Jackson? Are you guys avoiding Donald Long's race? Donald Long put a deal out that said anybody with Street Outlaws, if don't matter what car you brought or if you had RBW, whatever, they would give back tire for life.
Here's the thing. First of all, nothing against Stevie, nothing against Donald. I don't pay neither one of them no mind, to be honest with you. I always hear they're always hollering out Street Outlaws names, talking shit, bashing Street Outlaws. I really don't understand why they do that, because there's nobody from Street Outlaws even talks about those two guys. So, I mean, if you got to sit there and bash somebody constantly to get some type of recognition, then you probably should check on your own program, to be honest with you. As far as them offering anything, RVW, first of all, who in their right mind is going to take the time to do the testing, to get the car switched, to switch over to a fucking radial tire, to go run Donald's racetrack that's fucking got 1,000 gallons of fucking glue down it? It's, the thing about the radial deal is you either go or you don't go. It's really that simple. You've ran on radials. It either goes or it kicks the tires. One or the other. Watch the race during the day. It kicked the fucking tires 80% of the fucking time. If you have 40 cars go down the track, there's only fucking 5 of them going to make it down through there. The other ones are going to kick tires. When it cools down at nighttime and air gets good, obviously they start running good. They make good power. They run fast. But they got to be running at nighttime. It's got to be cool out. It can't have no heat, and you got to have good track prep. During the day, that race doesn't compare to MPK. MPK is racing all day long. We start racing at 12 o'clock. We start racing at 2 o'clock. Fucking hotter than fucking dog shit out. And yeah, we may slip and slide, but our cars go down the track. So any of the fans that are sitting in the seats, they're seeing drag racing all day, cars going all day. They ain't seeing tractors run up and down the fucking drag strip, prepping and dragging and doing all that dumb shit. So, but at the end of the day, again, Donald's cars are fucking, his weights are much lighter. I know they talk about the RVW. I think the world record is Stevie and them set at like a 53 with a 4. I think Pro Nitrous has went a 59, I want to say, maybe 58. So they're not really that much off. The Pro Nitrous cars have ran more mile an hour. I think they went 210, 211. I think Stevie and them went 207 and change. But what everybody don't know is that those cars are 2,250 pounds. The cars that Donald is running down through there, they're not 2,450 pounds or 2,475. The Pro Nitrous cars are fucking 200 to 225 pounds heavier than the RVW car. That's the part Donald don't want to tell nobody, but that's the real truth. But at the end of the day, I mean, Stevie's a great racer. He does great, but I know Donald thinks that, he can't be beat or he can't do this or can't do that. But let me enlighten you. The same guys that's kicking the shit out of fucking Stevie over at fucking NHRA are the same fucking tuners that are tuning over in fucking MBK right now. So believe you me, even if Stevie built an MPK car on the same platform, same level, come over there, they have pro fucking tuners over an MBK tuner right now, and he would have to run really fucking good to stay up front because obviously in NHRA,
I think they were more talking about the radio racing.
Yeah,
that's part of what they got going on. They're not going to build a car to come run MPK. They're not going to build something to do that. I think they're more just gloating about the radio versus the world. But I did see that Scott Tidwell and Steve Petty are bringing a car to run them, and that's a team Stevie and them.
Yeah,
but that's a team that could put something together.
Yeah, they got money in their program, and Steve Petty, as far as I'm concerned, probably hands down one of the very best tuners out there, straight up. I mean, I know some really good tuners, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Steve Petty's probably the end all be all in my opinion. I mean, he's right there, especially on a boosted combo. I mean, there's a lot of great nitrous tuners. There's a lot of great different turbo tuners and all that, but I mean, I've raced against Steve a lot of times, and the thing about Steve is if you let him go a couple rounds, he's going to be fucking hard to beat. If you beat Steve Petty, you got to beat him up front, beat him early on. If he goes a couple rounds, he just gets harder and harder every round to beat. And at the end of the day, those guys can do whatever they want to do, build whatever they want to build. And I hope Scott Tidwell and them and Petty and them do go run them guys, and I hope they kick the shit out of them because I get, at the end of the day, that's kind of what humbles you, But at the end of the day, also, like I said, Stevie runs over in NHRA, and he's had the shit kicked out of him by Jamie Miller. He's had the shit kicked out of him by Steve Petty. All those same fucking tuners that are tuning over on Donald's race. Tune in MPK, tune over in NHRA. It's the same shit, man. So, like I said, nobody from MPK is going to go fucking build a pro mod just to purposely put radial fucking tires on it to go run Stevie Jackson. Nobody cares. They don't. I don't think anybody gives two fucks about that.
Pretty simple and self-explanatory. Pretty upfront. We got a few more questions. We'll end this deal out, but this is a pretty good one. How much money, or how much of your money does Justin spend? And what does Justin spend on racing on average? Because he never tells us.
So I don't know what Justin spends on racing because he doesn't tell me. It's none of my business. He handles it all. I spend absolutely no money on his racing. I do supply the race hauler that he drives. It's bought and paid for, and I've said it 1,000 times. Anything that I own, my son's own. So as far as I'm concerned, that's his rig. His merch trailer set up, the truck I bought, and again, I don't care if I bought it or not. It still belongs to Justin. And that's from me. That's what I do. I really don't give two fucks what anybody thinks about it. But Justin bought all of his merch trailer. He bought all of his merch. He does all that. As far as all the tools in the trailer, I stopped buying that shit back in 2018. I stopped spending any money on Justin's racing in 2018. I literally do not spend one fucking dollar on your racing, period. And I like it that way. I supply the fuel for the rigs to run.
I want to go back to 2018.
I supply the fuel for the rigs, and I'm good with it. If we burn $50,000 or $60,000, that's why I work construction. And the way I look at it, that's my part of my sponsorship.
I calculated it up this year. Do you know how much we?
I don't know.
I did it the other day. I was sitting there. Just take a guess. What do you think we spent?
I think it's 50 to 60,000.
You're close.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Put a number on it.
That's what I'm saying. 50 to 60.
It was 52.5.
Yeah.
So and we carry 2 trucks.
So that's my only portion of sponsorship to you. That's all I pay for. And occasionally I buy food at the track. So, I go to the grocery store and might spend $250 for the weekend, and we throw, because I like to cook. I like to put meat on the grill. I like to make sure all of our crew eats, or anybody that's around us, they eat, because
we do got some people that just roll up in there thinking they're going to eat.
But the problem is the work is already hard enough. So if you don't keep some food on your stomach and keep hydrated, you just get miserable out there. And there's a lot of crews out there, I'm going to be honest with you,
they don't
have nothing to eat.
They don't got nothing.
Yeah, I don't do that, dude.
And there's even some crews that come over to our camp. And the one thing our rule is as long as our crew eats first, if we eat first, if there's leftovers, anybody's allowed to come.
And we always have leftovers.
And we do have leftovers.
And the thing is, though, when I get there, the first thing I tell your mom, what I tell her, let's go to the store. We go get food.
Guys, we're all getting the car.
And not only that, because I don't like to leave and go try and find a place to eat dinner. I mean, hell, we eat out enough, man. I like cooking our own shit. It's just going to be a better foods, better meal. It's just what I do. But yeah, as far as like Justin, I know, and I hate that for you because I feel like you really don't get the credit. And I know you don't care. At some point you care, but you're good at it. You don't let it affect you. But for what you do to run your operation, which I'm sure you spent serious fucking money to run this year, I commend you for that, because at your age to be able to hustle and grind and make it happen. Listen, man, there's grown fucking men that will never accomplish what you've already accomplished. That's just a bona fide fact. So, at the end of the day, I know they hate on you and they think it's all handed to you, which it's not, but it's fine. You just got to keep it moving. That's all.
What, with us running NPK, I've seen a few people asking, what is one rule that you would change or could change if you had the possibility to?
So I don't really weigh in on the rules too much. I just, whatever, let's race. If there's anything that they should do to straighten it out just a little bit, it would be to put a blanket on the Pro Charger. I think the Pro Charger is a serious gray area. It doesn't matter what sanction they run in. There's always fucking problems around the Pro Charger. And it's because they come out with these different Pro Chargers to get weight breaks. And then you find out that the fucking Pro Chargers, are cheated up or whatever way they've done them, and they're not worth the weight break. And then they're out there just fucking killing everybody. So I think if you come with a new combo in any sanction of racing, and it should come in heavy, and let them run the shit out of it and see what it was capable of doing. You shouldn't come in with an automatic weight break. And then, especially if you're running for a championship or anything like that, and all of a sudden you're out there just beating the shit out of everybody with this combo. That's my only thing. If you come in with a new combo, it should be heavier. But, if they just put, a lot of these sanctions have now put the Pro Charger, you run a 140.99 Pro Charger. So you can come with any one you want. There's just no weight breaks. Just like there's no weight breaks on the screw if you put a D rotor on your car. It runs the same weight as the fucking C rotor. So the screw ain't getting no fucking break. And they're at 98 overdrive. They were at 92. But there's nothing you can do to it. You can't change anything. Whatever it is, it is. Same thing with the Pro Charger. Give them one fucking charger. If they want to run a 136, they still run at 2,800 pounds. If they run a 140-1, they run at 2,800 pounds. And I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you the reason why it should be that way. The fucking Pro Charger The 136, the cheated up 136, which is really the 140, it was just clearly faster than the fucking 140-1. It was faster than Clay Cole. It was faster than Murder Nova. And they never went to it because they couldn't get light enough. So it wasn't that it made more power. It's because it pulled 100 pounds off the car, and it just made it that much more faster. I can tell you Murder Nova, as fast as he was, Sean was fast this year, as fast as Clay Cole was, neither one of them was going to outrun Nate Saylor or fucking Ryan Martin. And it wasn't because they weren't running just as good. Hell, they had the same tuners. I mean, for Clay Cole, he's got the same tuner as fucking Ryan Martin and Sean. Sean's got the same tuner as Ryan Martin. What, did the tuner just get fucking stupid when he tuned the 140 as it did to the 136? No, the 136 had a cleared fucking advantage. It's just that simple.
Well, we got one last question. Maybe I'll probably go back on and look to see. We got one more, but where do you see our program going in the future? What do you think the potential is?
I mean, honestly, you're going to stay with MBK as long as MBK's around. Sooner or later, MBK will be done. All good things come to an end. I mean, that's just the way life is. Maybe someone else will pick it up. Maybe it's something different. But for right now, I think the racing that you're doing right now is, in my opinion, that we enjoyed the most. Although it's very hard, very grueling, but man, we travel the country right now. We travel through many states. We see a lot of people. We meet a lot of people. We see the fans. We meet fans. It's really been the best racing we've ever done. That's just all there is to it. So I think that it's your program, however you're going to run it. But I foresee you staying with MBK until it's either not running no more, and they're not going to have it. And then I know you're building a pro mod, so I think that's your backup plan, that, you run at such a high level and high competitiveness now that's kind of what you have to do. You can't go back in car and run smaller classes. You're going to run the big dog classes. So I foresee you building a pro mod and we're getting it running. As long as MBK stays running, we'll run the pro mod on our off season. There's a few races that we like to go hit, and we'll better our skills, make us better. We'll learn more. We'll get more data and better our program over MBK. But I think your full attention is going to be on MBK. And when you start running this pro mod, that'll be your backup plan. If MBK decides it's not around no more, Street Outlaws not allowed, then you'll jump into the pro mod and you'll go chase up some pro mod classes. That's what I see happening.
All right, we got one more and we're gonna get out of here. Jim Howe is going to run down there at Street Nationals. Mm-hmm. He's going to run the pro mod class with his car. We tried it a couple times. We were right there, but that's a very fast class, and I think it's only going to get faster. But a few people were wondering, what do you think he's going to do? Do you think he'll qualify? And what do you think out of it?
So I think the bump is going to be, that's not a 50-car field. They only do 32 or whatever, I think, on that one right there. So I think the bump will probably be a 69, probably about a 69. I think Jim's capable of running that 69. If all the stars align, he makes a good rip, he's capable of running that. I think Jim can run some low 73, 74s at will, which we ran the 73. And I still felt like that if everything was on a perfect pass that we could go faster. We just didn't do it. But I think Jim, if all stars line and goes 69, I think he'll make the field. What people don't understand is Jim will be a couple 100 pounds heavier than them pro mods. I don't know how light Jim could get. I know we couldn't get that light. But, for the people that say, even if let's just say he doesn't qualify, for the people that's going to talk shit, what you need to realize is he's 200 fucking pounds heavier. 200. So at the end of the day, you're looking at 7, 8 numbers. So if he's capable of running a 69, he's really capable of running a fucking 61 or a 60. That's what people don't understand. They don't get it. Like your 73, I don't think it was our end-all, be-all. We just ran out of time. But if you could get down to fucking weight, that 73 is a 65, 64. That's so far in the hunt. The last race they had, 61 was number one qualifier. You would be in the top 5 of the field. An NPK driver. At sure. That. NPK guy. Yeah. So, that's even more why I want when you get a pro mod, because I think we can run right with those guys. I'm not saying we can outrun some of them that are just the end all be all, but we'll be in that top 5 hunt for sure.
Well, we'll see what happens. We do got a new Pro Mod coming out, guys. It is a 1969 Camaro. It's going to be, kind of, the sister car of our 1969 Camaro that Wizard built.
On the paper, I saw it say a 67 Mustang. I didn't know. Is that a typo or what is that?
Well, no, that was when I emailed you to. I need to print that out. But no, that was a different one we were going to do. Okay. But I decided I just bought the body a couple days ago. So it was, you believe, how much you think a body is nowadays compared to they were back in the day?
It got to be 12 grand. How much?
24,000.
Is it really?
That's how much difference it is now. Whenever Pro Mods. I remember.
That's why I'm glad I don't spend my money on your fucking race cars.
Yep, it was $24,000 for an ultra lightweight. That's the best of the best carbon fiber body. It is a 1969 Camaro.
I think that Camaro too. And listen, I'm a Ford fan. I'll be the first to say that I am a fucking Ford fan. For whatever, I always race Chevrolet cars. I'm a big 66, 67 Chevy 2 guy. I've always had the little box Novas. I've had many of them. I always like the hard tops, but I am a Ford guy through thick and thin. I've never even drove a Chevrolet truck until here just recently. I went to work for a company, and their company truck is a fucking Chevrolet. It's a brand new 2024, but it's a fucking Chevy. I've never drove a Chevy truck in my life. I've always driven Fords, but I'm glad that you're doing the Camaro over the Mustang because I just really think that Camaro is a good-looking car. I actually like it better than that Mustang.
So we're going to get started on that. The body is supposed to be to us the first week of February. I'll be focusing on NPK. That's not going to take nothing away what we got going on, guys. But towards the end of the year, when we get done with our season, we're usually done between November and February, sometimes March. That's when we plan on, hitting a couple races. Like Dad said, we're going to be able to get down to weight with all the big guys.
And the good thing about those races is it's cold up north. So where are those races at?
They're all down here by
us. In fucking Florida.
So we will have a car. And, I built a new Camaro, 69 Camaro with Jason at Wizard. And I'm going to give him an option to build or opportunity to build the Pro Mod for me too. So we've already are on schedule. We're starting February 1st. The body's supposed to come in the first week, and he's going to be able to knock that out, get that down here to us whenever we're going to be in the middle of our NPK season. But we'll get it all wired up, ready to go at Modern Racing, and we'll try to see if we can get something going towards the end of the year of 2024. That's the game plan moving forward. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all for listening. This thing has blown up bigger than I thought it was. This is the 4th episode in. We got new videos coming out every Thursday. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The video versions drop on Thursday, and our audio version, we're over on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. They all drop on Friday. So the view count has been amazing, but we wouldn't be able to do this without y'all. So we're not going to hold you up too much longer. Like I said in the beginning of this deal, we do have some special guests coming out. I won't name those deals yet because I don't know what order it's going to be in, but I've already got a verbal commitment from all of them to be able to do it, so that's a good deal. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here, though.
You want me to look through to make sure there ain't no questions I need to ask for your fans?
I think we answered quite a bit of them.
Yeah.
I think we're all right.
You got like 147 deals on there.
Yeah. There's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of people want a lot of knowledge. Maybe we'll save it for the next one.
Dude said, when and why was you at Shady Side? Just testing? Yeah. He was testing. That's exactly what he had going on. That was when prenup was kind of all cattywampus and wasn't going on track. And Justin got with Justin Elks to help him go out there and look at it, and they found some things wrong with the car.
That's another thing, guys. Bad blood. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. The 69 Camaro that we're running for MPK this year. It's at Modern right now getting wired. I believe I'll be picking that car up next week, if not the week after. So we'll be able to start testing that deal. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening this year. Merch. We got a lot of new merch coming out. We got die-cast cars over on the website, www.justinswanstrom69.com. You can get your die-cast cars. We got new T-shirts, sweatshirts. We're about to be listing up a bunch of stuff here in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you head on over there. Everything goes right back into the program moving forward. And right now, building this Pro Mod.
Let me answer this one right here, Mike Ellis. I haven't even read all the way through it, so I'll just shoot from the hip. Says, I have 2 questions. Mike Ellis, Big Country, does watching Justin race at such a high caliber make you proud? Justin racing at any level is makes me proud because he pursues what I always loved from a young guy. So yeah, I love watching him race. I love watching what he accomplishes out there. He's a great driver. He gives me great feedback. Yeah, I like watching Justin race without a doubt. I have full confidence. He has got so many runs under his belt that I don't tell him what to do. I don't try to manage him. In fact, if anything, I try to stay off the radio and not get him, not fuck him up or do anything. I just try to make sure I focus on what I'm doing, do the same thing every time, same repetitions, and we go into the beam. So I never worry about Justin driving the car because he's a very good driver. Justin working, he says, or does his cockiness piss you off? So no, Justin's cockiness doesn't piss me off, and I don't take it as cocky anyway. I just take it he's confident. Does he like to bicker and argue with me? But Justin likes to play a lot. So a lot of you guys take that shit a little too serious. Sometimes he aggravates me. Yeah, but that's just part of it. Justin, working with your pops and spending as much time together as you do, has it made you guys closer, or have you always been close? So we've always been close. It doesn't matter if we were together 7 days a week, 1 day a week, whatever. I'm going to always be close with both my sons. That's just how it is. I check in with my boys. I mean, they're grown men. Justin's fixing to be 28, Tyler's fixing to be 25, but I don't care where they're at. If they were in Colorado just here recently, I'll send a text. Usually I don't mess with them because I don't want to, get in their business, what they got going on. If they're out of town, I'll just send a text, say, hey man, you good? That's all I do. Now their mama, she's always worried about them and she's always trying to call. I don't do that. As long as they reply to text, tell me, yeah, we're good. Yeah, this, that, there. I see they're out late at night. I'll make sure I send a text, hey, you good? But other than that, man, I try to stay out of their business, let them do their thing, man. If they need me, they're going to call me. It's really that simple. I mean, I don't think we're closer in any way. Do you? I mean, if we're away 2 weeks, you'll call me, I call you, or we text. Tyler, I'm away from him. I mean, like when I was on the road with you that time, like 3 and 4 weeks, yeah, I was missing Tyler. I'm not going to lie. Tyler's my son. I love him with all my heart. So, he doesn't race, but that doesn't mean I feel any different way between you or Tyler. I can tell you, honest to God's, that I don't love either one of you more than the other. That's a fucking bona fide fact. I love you both evenly. So, yeah, I miss him when I'm gone 3 or 4 weeks. If I'm gone away from my wife, when I was over at fucking Australia for 5 weeks, yeah, I missed my wife and I missed Tyler. I was with you, but yeah. So if we're away, that's just part of it. If you got a close knit tight family, I think that's just natural.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's about all we got for guys. We'll see y'all next week. Every Thursday, we're dropping videos. And we got our video versions out on Thursdays, our audio versions on Friday. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. And let's keep growing this thing. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. We'll see y'all next week.